Hi there, I'm Melanie Carr, and in this video I want to talk to you in this beautiful rainy morning about channeling and what I learned when I took my medical intuitive course. I had an amazing mentor, and he was an incredible channeler, and he passed now about 2 years ago. So he was 76, and it's very interesting because there's an old energy idea that we have about channeling. And one of the things that I really want to share with everyone is that we all have the ability to be channels. And one of the stigmatisms that I really don't like is that we have, the channeler, and I will channel for you and I will teach you what you need to do in your life. It's the same thing with the tarot card reading. I will read the tarot cards for you and I will tell you what to do in your life. You go into a church, and I am very spiritual, not really religious, but very spiritual. So I do believe in the universe, a universal power. I believe in God. However, you go into the church and the pastor is there to tell you how to live your life. And I think the most important thing I want people to walk away from in this video is how you can go directly to the source of information in your life. It's so important that people get away from going to another human being for their life information. You're all able to channel. You're all able to have connection with the universe. You're all able to have connection with God. And instead of people out there channeling and reading tarot cards and preaching from a pulpit, I would just really love if people would start teaching others how to become their own channel. So in order to learn how to channel, because even when I was quite young and I started studying personal growth, I started reading Cryon and Ramtha and a lot of these channeled books and channeled information. And I always thought, wouldn't that be cool if I knew how to channel? I want to be a channel too. That's just really cool that you can get information from the magnetic grid of the planet, which would be like in the case of Cryon, or channeling the wind, like in the case of Ramtha. This channeling thing is cool, And then maybe I'll go on YouTube and I'm going to be like, okay, so I'm a channel. I'm channeling, this or that. Okay. And this is old energy. We need to get away from, being this channel of another source. So come with me. It's a rainy morning, but I want to show you how I really learned and understood what channeling is, how you can do it, how everybody can be a channel in their life, and how I learned this. And it was taught to me by my most beautiful mentor, who taught me my medical intuitive certification, the most beautiful course, the most amazing man who helped me learn in my life and come on my journey. Let's go into the jungle. Okay, so I'm going to take you on a little tour here. This is Hokma. And this place has been channeled. It might not be a lot of light, it's a rainy morning, but let's go over to the area here where we put fire on at nighttime. I'm just gonna do this video anyways, whether it's, a little dark and rainy or whether it's sunny out. It's coming, it's being channeled right now, so it's gonna get done right now. And I just wanna show you this little area here, okay? So I have this beautiful jungle area. Hang on, let me just take this off the cinematic mode. Okay, so here we go. I have this special place where we do a fire circle, and we have our little fire circle here, okay? And I have these beautiful pieces of wood that I've written here, and we have 4 beautiful words, okay? We have navigate, acuerdo, which in Spanish means come to an agreement, negotiate, and communicate. I have my life jacket here because it's wet, and if I'm going to sit down, I don't want my butt to get all wet. Then we have another one here, And it's authentic, sincere, and transparent. Okay, and because I'm in Mexico, I wrote them in Spanish. And this is my dedication to my beautiful mentor who taught me my medical intuitive course, Mel Brand. And I want to talk about him as a channel because he taught me something. Just sit down here. Hang on a sec. I don't want to do too much editing on this video. I'd rather spend time making the videos than editing them. Okay, so when I met Mel from Gold Ray Twin Flames, he was channeling John. And it's very interesting, his story, because he was an amazing channel. Like, he really was connected. This guy was really, really connected and gave amazing information for people going through twin flame journeys and these really difficult dynamic relationships with so much energy and so much connection. And people were really suffering, having these difficult situations in their lives. So you could have a session with Mel and he would connect with John, and John would give you advice as to how to resolve your relationship, whether to connect or unconnect, or what you should do. And he was great. He was really able to connect with you, your soul, your person. And then as he developed his abilities, Mel discovered that he was able to just be Mel. He no longer needed to be Mel and John. He was channeling John and his higher self, and he was then Mel, when he talked to you normally. And then when he would channel, he wouldn't remember too much about what he had said, and then he would be Mel again, okay? And then as he got towards the end of his life, he started to actually just be Mel. So John became Mel, and then he was just able to channel in his normal expression of his energy. So this is a really important topic to me because my whole life I wanted to be a channel. I always thought, wow, this is really amazing that someone could channel, the wind, or, the energy of the planet, or help people connect in that way. It's a beautiful gift. So you go on YouTube and you see channels, spiritual growth channels and awakening channels, and people are channeling. So I'm the channel for this, or I'm channeling this, or I'm channeling that. And it gives you the impression that certain select people are able to do this channeling thing. And the rest of us in our spiritual awakening process are going to be the ones watching the channel and receiving their information. Well, we don't need to do that anymore. Channeling is something that's available for everybody. And what happens is, just like Mel and John, he was a meditation instructor, and then he started channeling John. You don't need to have that kind of awakened experience. You can start channeling in your life by just becoming connected. So how do you become more connected? You have to become more aware in the introspection inside of yourself. You have to become more in balance. You have to become more connected with your breathing. You have to become more connected with your heart center. You have to bring your masculine and feminine energy into balance. Because what downloads higher source into you, it's descension, it's not ascension. You're not going up. You're bringing higher self down into your heart center. And the way to connect higher source in your heart center is by having, you have a left chamber of a heart and a right chamber of a heart. You have the left hemisphere of your brain, you have the right hemisphere of your brain. You have, if you're a woman, you have your right side ovary and your left side ovary. If you're a guy, you have your right side testicle and your left side testicle. So why do we have this duality in our body? We have this duality in our most important organs in our body. Interestingly enough, we have the mental body organ, which is the two sides of the brain. We have the heart center organ, which is the two sides of the heart. And then we have the creative, emotional, the erotic, intimate, creative energy source. Okay, so we have this female energy source, which is the creative, earthy, sexual energy source. And then we have this beautiful heart center, which is the center. And then we have this masculine energy source, which is the mind, the brain, the universal connection, the God connection. And we all have the ability to be able to bring it down and connect ourselves. In order to be able to channel your higher self, the only thing you need to do is bring your masculine and your feminine energy in balance in your heart center. It's a hard thing for people to bend their brains around, because it's like, if you're a woman, it's like, how am I gonna kind of like channel that guy part of myself? And if you're a man, I think it's even harder for guys, because, you know, the stigma for men to be male, macho, and masculine, you know, when they need to become more vulnerable and they need to channel the more female and feminine part of themselves, it becomes more difficult for guys. It's a little easier for women now to become a little more masculine, something that's kind of being required of us in life now anyways, to kind of be like, the woman is still, you know, the homemaker and the beautiful energy of the mother in the home, but now women are learning to become a lot more independent, working and looking after themselves and their families as well. But for guys, it's still a little bit harder to become softer and more feminine and channel this feminine energy. But let's look at it this way. Okay, your 3D dimensional body has its sexual energy, either masculine or feminine. You're either a guy or you're a girl. Okay, or you're, you know, masculine, feminine, or some kind of mix. That doesn't matter what's happening with your sexual orientation, because that's just the 3D side, the physical dimension on the earth. Okay, so we only come into this body for a little bit of time, and then we leave and we go back to the other side. Okay, so on the other side, we have higher self. And this is what we want to channel. We want to download higher self into our heart center. So it says, in order to download higher self into our heart center, we have to reach that soul, the soul part of ourself, which is not specifically man or woman. That only happens in our 3D animal body. So higher self, what it is a perfect balance of the beautiful feminine energy, the beautiful masculine energy of our soul in perfect balance. Just like our heart has to be in perfect balance, our mind has to be in perfect balance, you know, the animal brain and the universal intelligent brain in balance. Just like our sexual organs in balance as well, whether it's testicles or ovaries or our energy in general. Be able to modulate back and forth between the more feminine, vulnerable energy, which makes men very attractive, by the way, and then the more masculine energy, where, you know, is very attractive for guys too. When you bring out your masculine energy, and, you know, you grab a guy and you give him a kiss, and you know, wow, this woman, where did this woman get this energy from? This amazing energy. And we can modulate our energy, and it doesn't make us it doesn't make us gay if we modulate our energy and we're a heterosexual woman. And even in gay couples, they modulate their energy too, back and forth between roles in the relationship. So if your higher self is not a guy or a woman, it's just a soul. And the soul doesn't have a specific sexuality. So this is how we can start to understand that we need to bring that part of our energy into balance. Okay, so let's just do a little quick exercise here. I want you to just take a deep breath, and I'm just going to keep doing this exercise in my videos until people kind of get this. I kind of want to template you with this information, okay? So take a deep breath and relax your body. Exhale and relax. Just let all your tension from the physical world go right through your feet into the ground, into the earth. And as you breathe in, bring your energy up from the earth and connect up to the universe. Now just close your eyes for a second and just visualize your heart center, this beautiful sun ball, this beautiful glowing sun ball, just expanding out. Now, I'm a woman, so I'm going to see myself as the most beautiful female goddess, princess, mermaid, whatever does it for you. Everybody has their own female thing. You know, whether it's a mermaid, which is more like earthy and ocean, whether it's a fairy, which is more, you know, flighty with the wings, or an angel, whether it's a goddess, you know, from like mythology and the tarot cards and all this, you know, more like even the Indian, like there's all these beautiful goddesses and, you know, any kind of female, you know, queen, princess, it doesn't matter. Just see yourself as this beautiful, beautiful energy, female energy, this beautiful God energy of the earth, of the female form. And now, in your heart center, just beside yourself, I want you to visualize yourself as a god, as, you know, like, think of the Greek times, you know? Think of the warriors. Think of, you know, the knights of the round table. Think of the kings. You know, see yourself as this amazing warrior, soldier, protector, Archangel Michael. You know, channel the energy inside yourself of God, of Jesus, of, you know, whatever it does it for you to create this masculine energy of wisdom, of protection. Just bring that inside your heart center. Okay, so now you have this idea, this energy, this, you can just feel that energy of the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And it's in your heart center. It's in your heart center. Let's just play with this. Now, take a deep breath and just bring those two energies together. When you join those two energies in balance, it's like taking an electrical cord and plugging it into your channel of higher self. It's just like an electrical cable. If it just has one cable and you plug it in, the light is not going to turn on. And it's because we don't understand that our soul is not a guy soul or a girl soul. Our soul is an androgynous being, an androgynous soul. And in order to download and channel, because we all are able to channel, we all are channels. We channel every time we get an intuition, every time we have a vision, every time we get a feeling, we got to move here, we got to do that. And in order to get to a place where everybody can channel in their lives, you channel your life mission. I woke up this morning, and even though the sun hasn't come out yet today, I just started channeling this video, and I just had to come out in the rain. I'm sitting in the rain. It's not raining too hard, but I'm sitting here and there's little raindrops falling. I thought, well, this will be a beautiful video. It's not going to have the greatest light, but let's just do it. You know, let's just do it just right now as I'm just downloading this for you. You'll have my feet planted in the beautiful female mother energy of the earth. And I have my little angel antennas just reaching up into the beautiful masculine God energy of the universe. And you bring that into connection in your heart center. You just breathe that into your body. And you know, when you feel a little tension or you get distracted, you just exhale. That just goes out into the earth. And the earth, it's like your roots. You just picks up all that energy, and then you breathe in and you connect yourself again with the universe, and you are channeling. You are channeling right now in your life by just creating this connection. And the only thing you need to do is work on this connection. You know, work on creating this balance. Work on creating this inner world of heart center awareness. So I just did a video, my last video, about the Heart Math Institute and heart coherence. So it's been scientifically proven that when you bring the mental energy of your mind into the heart center, and you breathe in all that beautiful, sexual, creative, intimate, erotic energy right up into your heart, you have all this energy. And now you can use the imaginative faculty of your mind in your heart center with all this beautiful creative energy. And now you can create. Because we're all gods and goddesses. And gods and goddesses together. When we're downloading our higher self, we're downloading our androgynous soul. And that's why it doesn't matter what people's sexual orientation is. Because the physical 3D body has its expression. However anybody needs to express it. The important thing is they're able to express their intimate creative energy however they feel like they need to express it. And that's why we have to release the belief systems about sexuality. If we can't release the belief systems about sexuality and about our own creative energy, it's going to be really hard for us to channel in our lives, to create, to have energy, because our cables are not connected to the universe. So we should never criticize people for, whether it's girl, guy, or any other. Because now I'm 49, so for me it's a little strange, all the gender, I'm not even up to speed with all of it. But one thing I really understand is there are young children now being born and they say, I'm androgynous. And their parents are like, what the heck is that? And they're just tapping right into their soul. There's this whole thing on the internet now where I see children coming out and saying, I'm an androgynous being. I'm not a woman or a man. And their parents are going, oh my goodness, this is strange. What's going on here? Do we have to create androgynous bathrooms in schools? And it's like, okay, let's get out of the 3D world and let's understand. These kids are just downloading higher self. And they're understanding now, because the children that are being born have these heart centers that are already blowing open. And they're already connected with their soul. So they're just telling it like it is. Our soul is an androgynous being, and in order to connect with that higher self and channel in your life, you need to have your masculine and feminine energy in balance. And you need to have your connection to the mother and to the beautiful Godfather energy. And there you go. Create in your life. Download and create and channel in your life. The ability to channel is now available. Downloaded course 101, Universal Course 101, downloaded here for you, so that you can all be a channel in your life. You don't need to go and look for places where there are channels and people teaching. You don't need to go to tarot card readers for them to tell you what to do. And nobody can know better what to do in your life than your own connection to the universe. You need to just learn how to download that connection for yourself, and then you will have a wonderful, productive life. And this is my story about channeling my YouTube channel. So let me just tell you this story quickly, what happened. And actually, I'm just going to move because I am getting kind of wet here. And then I'll tell you how I channeled my YouTube channel in less than a month. I had to pull aside from my social media helper, because I knew that if I wanted to create this channel with the universe, I had to follow my own intuition. And I'm going to tell you the story in a minute. Okay, so here's the beautiful rain dropping into the swimming pool here in Hukma. And I just want to share with you what happened with my YouTube channel now that I explained, because the most important thing for me was to share with people how they can channel themselves in their own lives. But if you are interested in how I'm getting this channel going, I want to tell the story about how I got out of my mind, and I also got away from other people's advice about how to create a channel. And definitely spend some time watching videos on how to do your YouTube channel, because obviously there's tips and information that we all need to understand. However, I did have a young girl. She was helping me with marketing, and she had a marketing degree from the US, so she was pretty smart. And she was helping me to create the YouTube channel. And I realized I was getting some downloads from the universe as to what I should publish, as to how I should do the videos. And of course, I would come up against the pushback from, my ideas and her ideas. And she had quite a strong, dominant personality. And I realized that it wasn't the way that I was going to need to create the channel. So I had a very interesting experience happen. It caused me a lot of faith. And what happened was I did say, okay, so I think I'm just not going to work in this way with you anymore. And I appreciate, so much everything that you have done and everything I've learned with you. But I need to just work on this on my own. And, if there's mistakes, if there's problems and things coming up, obviously I'm going to be accountable for it. It's going to be on me, because it was so important to me. It's so much passion. This is my life mission. This is everything I was brought here to do in my life. So I need to be accountable for doing this myself. So she left the hotel because she was staying here with us. And the night she left, she erased all the videos on the channel. So devastating to lose 4 or 5 months of work. And obviously we didn't lose the subscribers, but I lost all the watch hours. So I was back down to about 26 watch hours out of 4,000 watch hours. And it was a very difficult moment. It was this, and I just kept receiving this message from the universe that nothing is lost in God's mind. It's an expression from Course of Miracles that I love. So I've always kind of translated, I like to use the word universe because that way it doesn't matter what people's religious belief system is, they can still understand and they can still get the gist of things. So nothing's lost in the mind of the universe. And I said to myself, all that effort, the money you spent, the salary you paid her, all the resources, nothing from what you did and what you put into the channel will be lost. And I thought, well, wow, where's that message coming from? So I remember that there would be this moment, a few months before, where I had this intuition to create a video of all the most beautiful humor moments of Eckhart Tolle. I love Eckhart Tolle. He's a mentor I've been studying for 30 years, and I've applied his teachings, and I've added to them. I've added so many other teachings, like from Mel Brand, from my medical intuitive course, from Byron Katie, from Michael Singer, from, Creon and Ramtha, and all of the information I've studied for the last 30 years. Combine it all together, But I love this humor, this spiritual humor. I had this intuition to make this video. And we had already published this video up on my channel a few months ago. And I remember having the idea of the video in my mind. So she edited and created it. And when she published it and I saw the video, I was so disappointed because it was not made with the passion that I feel. It was not made with the idea that I wanted to create it with. It wasn't long enough. It just wasn't edited, and it wasn't created the way that I received this intuition to create this video. So all of that had been erased. I had lost all the watch hours, which is devastating because YouTube is really hard to get started. It's a really, really big challenge. At first you publish videos and you get 20 views. It's very, very difficult. And those 20 views are your friends and family. It's very hard. So I followed my intuition and I spent the next 2 weeks and I just bumped out all those videos again. All the videos I had done, and I was posting and 50 views. And I posted another one and 80 views. And it's really, really hard to create, put all that effort into and create and watch this channel that you'd already worked so hard on. And then I got this intuition, make that video again. But this time, make it the way you saw it. Make it the way you thought you needed to create it. And I published it out there. And with one video that went viral because I took an intuition from the universe stepped out and said, okay, I need to create this channel on my own. It was not a personal thing. I just wanted to be accountable myself for the mistakes that we were making on the channel. I wanted it to be on me because it meant so much to me, you know, that when a mistake was made, I'd get really frustrated because it was so important to me. So I said to myself, well, I need to do this myself. I can't rely on anyone else to do this. It's so important to me. I want to be the one who can control what's happening with this. So I published that video, and within 2 weeks, the channel was monetized. The subscribers went up. And so I spent the last few weeks working through all the YouTube stuff, figuring out how, you know, get the PIN number, which hasn't arrived yet, but, you know, do all these things that you have to do for creating the channel. And one of the things I just really want to share with other people that are on their awakening process and want to share, they want to start sharing as a spiritual mentor, or they just want to give tips and information to people to help them on their spiritual journey, just like I'm doing here. And my biggest tip would be for you to, yes, study YouTube information. Yes, work with people that can teach you. But the most important thing for YouTube, if you are working in the spiritual community, would be channel your YouTube channel. Use your information, because I really believe the universe is using YouTube as well as a way to connect with people. And there's a whole bunch of videos out there that say, if you're receiving this video, it's meant for you. Click on it. Oh, that's clickbait, I think. You know, but in order to get channels going, we all have to use these tricks and tips, and you know, how to get it started is very hard. So sometimes you have to, you know, use some of these little things, and that's true. I have also come across a lot of videos. I clicked on it because something about the video just calls to me, and I do believe it's another way that the universe calls to you and talks to you. And I think, you know, we have our guides, and we have our, you know, our spirit guides and our angels and our higher self guides, and we even have our pets that have passed, our mentors that have passed to the other side, and all of this support is with us. And sometimes we do get an intuition to click on a YouTube video, and it can be the difference in our lives to be able to create and do what we love. So I don't want my channel to be about how to make YouTube videos, but I did want to share with people, if you want to create a spiritual channel and you want to make YouTube videos, make sure you're also using your intuition and you're channeling your YouTube channel. This is how I did it. I'm really happy to share with you this information about how to be a channel yourself and get away from going outside to other people. You know, unless someone comes from the universe to you, just like a YouTube video, and they come and they give you a tidbit of important information for your life, that's very different. But don't go out there and, you know, pay other people to channel for you, to channel with their tarot cards, to channel with their pendulums. You don't need to go and ask anyone else what you came here to do. You need to go straight to the source, and the connection to your ability to channel for yourself is right here in your own beautiful heart center. So bring your energy into balance, get yourself connected, and create this beautiful world inside yourself, and start living the life that you came here to live. Good luck and have a great day. I love you all dearly.